In this video, I'm going to show you an idea for a project that can be made to sell and make money using woods like these. Hello, I'm Allison. Welcome to another video from Wood Art channel. Please leave a like on the video. And if you're new here, know that new videos are posted weekly on this channel, always with content about creative woodworking. So you don't miss the next posts. Subscribe and turn on notifications. The wood I'll be using for this project is this. This is 3 different types of wood. Here we have a piece of cedar, this is pine, and the last one is eucalyptus. Here on the miter saw, from this piece, I'm going to cut 2 pieces each measuring 42 centimeters in length. From this, I'll cut a piece also measuring 42 centimeters. I'll do the same with this one. Now I'll run everything through the planer. These 2 parts I'll leave at a thickness of 13 millimeters, and these at 22. Here, I'll cut all sides to ensure they're clean and straight. In the end, they'll be 10 centimeters wide. Well, here are all the pieces properly cut. I'll set this one aside for now. And on these 3, I'll make some markings and drillings. Due to some flaws in one of the parts, I've left them all 98 millimeters wide. I've adjusted this measurement on the combination square and will mark like this. Using the square, I'll draw a line. Using a ruler, I'll draw a diagonal line. I'll position it exactly on the corners, where the line will be drawn on both sides. It looks like this. Here we have the exact center of the piece. From this line, I'll mark 3 millimeters, which is approximately the width of the saw blade. I'll also draw the line. From this last line, I'll mark 98 millimeters. I'll also draw the line using the square, just as it was done before. I'll find the center from this last line. I'll mark the 3 millimeters, always drawing the line. And again, I'll mark with 98 millimeters, drawing the line with the square and finding the center. I'll repeat the process again. The markings look like this. At these points where the lines intersect, I'll reinforce the marking using a nail. This will prevent the drill from slipping during drilling. I'll do the same process with these other 2 parts. At each marking, I'll drill using the hand drill and this 64 millimeter hole saw. I've secured it for more safety and precision. Now I'll position the drill exactly at the hole started with the nail and make the cut. It looks like this. I'll do the same process in these two parts as well. Next, I'll briefly sand with the 80 grit sandpaper to remove any burrs left. With this piece, I'll be careful not to erase the lines that were made. Now I'll glue everything together, starting with this part made of cedar. I'll apply a little glue. I'll also use a bit of instant glue. I'll use a brush to spread it. Now I'll glue this part that wasn't drilled, making sure they're aligned very well. I'll turn it and apply glue to this part as well. I'll use instant glue at these points to speed up the bonding. Now I'll glue this part made of pine wood, ensuring the holes are aligned. I'll also ensure it's aligned on this side. I'll apply glue here as well. And here I'll place the last part. I'll use clamps to secure it. I'll wipe off the excess glue. The drilling could have been done after this step. For that, a Forstner bit with a similar gauge would be necessary, which would make the job much easier. I did it this way because I don't have a Forstner bit in that size. I'll leave it like this until the glue dries, then I'll move on to the next step. Well, some time has passed already. The glue has dried. Now I can remove the clamps. Then I'll pass the piece through the planer on this side and on this one to remove any remaining differences. No more than 1 millimeter will be removed from each side. Now I'll cut the item into 4 equal parts. I'll start by trimming this excess end. Important, it's necessary to check if the miter saw is cutting squarely, both vertically and in this direction as well. Here I'll make sure the blade passes exactly through the 3 millimeter gap I left. Here we have our first cut piece. I'll repeat the same process with the others as well. For the last one, to avoid getting my hand too close to the saw, I'll secure it like this. Next, I'll sand everything using the orbital rotary sander and a 150 grit sandpaper. On the inside, I'll remove any burrs using a spray paint can and an 80 grit sandpaper. After sanding, I'll round off all the corners using the router with this bit, which measures 32 millimeters and cuts at a 45-degree angle. To further enhance the finish, I'll manually sand using these two sandpapers. First, I'll use the 320 grit sandpaper and then the 400 grit. Now I'll use the 400 grit sandpaper. Next, I'll apply the final finishes, applying this high-gloss PU varnish, which uses a catalyst for drying. The application will be done using this electric sprayer. If you want to create beautiful woodwork, check out the links for great materials and equipment I've left in the video description. Guys, here's the finished project. These are decorative cache pots for placing pots with small plants. Items like these look beautiful and can be a great option for those looking to sell. They can be made from some pieces of old wood. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified every time I post a new video here on the channel. Remember that sharing the video is very important so that I can continue to bring more content like this here for you. Write in the comments your opinion about the work that was done. It will be great to be able to respond to you. Thank you for watching. Until the next video.